Hello, class, friends, homeschoolers. It's just Larry. Remember the old school homeschooling mugs? Remember? Every time I drink from one of these, I think about that guy that said the thing is the lip is too thick for his lip, and he always spills it, and he so he put it back up on the shelf, and he couldn't use it. Oh, that cracks me up. That kind of stuff. The human condition, you know? Okay, day 5 of COVID. It's, I'm in grave danger of over posting. And I appreciate you guys saying you could never over post, Larry, but man, I just don't want to be that guy. YouTube is not my life. It gives me something to do in these isolated times, and I appreciate that. But I was supposed to start a week of sessions today on a really cool project, and I was really hoping that I'd wake up this morning and test negative, but I didn't. I feel fine. I'm good. I know I look like shit still, but I'm fine. Could have went and played, but I probably would have infected the whole band and great musicians, and I don't want to do that, So another lonely day at home watching NFL films, on the YouTube. But I do have the VCB going, and that's cool, right? So you're not sick of me yet? You probably are. You guys have said some sweet things on these last few comments, on the last few videos I put up, and I really appreciate it, man. It seems like you guys are learning a lot from these things. And look, if I could leave this earth knowing that my time here wasn't a total waste, and that actually some of the shit that I have struggled to learn and grasp in this life have actually gone on to help someone else, I'm cool with all that. I like that. I appreciate it. Let's see. I got some things in the, I want to say thanks to Craig, dude, from CR Guitars, Rhinebeck, New York. Dude is so sweet, man. He sends me boxes of cool stuff all the time. Thank you, man. Hats, t-shirts. He sent me some pedals. What an ace, man. What an ace of a guy. You guys, thank you again, I know, for the continued support of the Plexi Soul album. Trip to which you can get the signed CDs and the cool looking posters. I'm not trying to sell you guys nothing. I don't give a fuck if you buy it or not. I really don't. I'm just telling you it's out there, okay? Okay, what do we got? There's some good VCB stuff here. Hey, Tom, I noticed you didn't wrap the strings around the tailpiece of your Les Paul, your burst. Well, this is wrapped, but that's a different guitar. Yeah, the one I was playing yesterday, the Flame Top, 58. Wrapping the strings around the tailpiece of Les Paul, very, very polarizing thing, people talk about that a lot. Honestly, it doesn't make any difference to me. I never noticed any difference. You can get away with it on some guitars that have just the right angles. Some guitars you can't. Some Les Pauls you can't. I don't know. It's kind of like, doesn't mean anything to me. Does the guitar play good? I'm more worried about string tension, okay? Well, how does the thing feel? That's the only reason I ever adjust a tailpiece up or down, because that makes a difference. When you got a Les Paul that feels stiff and tight, if you raise that tailpiece a bit, you can take some of that off. And conversely, if you got a Les Paul that feels all floppy and kind of weird, you can take that thing down a little bit and you can make it feel right. I think that's the reason they are adjustable. You just want to make sure that when you do that on a 2-piece system, two-pneumatic stop tail, that you don't get 2 breaks. If you go down too far with the tailpiece, you got a break at the bridge and you got another break on the back of the bridge. You don't want that. Uncle Larry does not approve of a double break on the bridge. He's not into that shit. Okay. Hey, Tom, Bengals or Rams? Okay. Head or heart? What do you guys, what do you want? You want the truth? You know what I like? Candles. I like a candle. I go to the, you wouldn't think that Uncle Larry is a candle guy. He goes to the store once in a while and he buys a nice candle. It puts him in a good mood. My dear ex-wife loves candles more than anybody, and I was always afraid she was going to burn the house down because she would just leave them going all day long. And I'd come home, she'd be gone, and there would still be candles going. Oh, Lord. But I just like to, I get one candle going, puts me in a good mood when I'm all depressed with the COVID. Okay, back to football. Okay. Matt Stafford deserves this game, and he's not going to lose this game. That boy is a competitor, and I respect the shit out of him. He suffered on a terrible team for a long time. He was always the best guy on the team. Now he's got a real team. He's not going to let this chance go. I mean, I personally would like to see Cincinnati win this just because I'm a Yankee. You know, sorry, Dean. Dean's a big Rams fan. Look, I like both teams, and it's going to be a hell of a game. Joe Burrow is a bad motherfucker. That boy is going to be in the Hall of Fame, unless he gets hurt. It's going to be a game, but Matt Stafford's going to win it. Bet your ass on that one, okay? He needs it, man. It's for his life, and that guy is one of the most fierce competitors I've ever seen in all my years of watching sports. He's a tough son of a bitch, boy. And they got some Cooper Kupp and Deebo Samuel, in my humble opinion. Deebo got knocked out. Those are the two best clutch players in all of football right now. I mean, those cats are unbelievable, the shit they can do. I love clutch players, man. Guys that can bring the magic when it matters the most, okay? That's legend. Okay, hey, Tom, what's left? What's left? Man, deep question. I just want to raise my kids, man. I want them to turn out to be good dudes. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not getting teared up, I swear. Okay, hey, Tom, what are some things about old guitars you've never been able to figure out or explain? That's a good question. There are some things. Okay. A couple things still mystify me about guitars. As much as I've studied this shit and tried to explain the science and the technical, mathematics behind it all and the physics. Here's what you're going to notice when you start getting heavy into the world of guitars. Vintage guitars, new guitars, whatever. Okay. You could take 100 guitars, good guitars, to the best setup guy in the world, and you can have them all meticulously set up perfectly, okay? And you're going to notice that some of them just like to be in tune, and some of them don't. Okay, I've been thinking about this. I've talked to my friend Bubba about this. Bubba's the guy, my guru, man, that taught me about all this shit when I was a kid. Bubba knows more about this shit than anybody I've ever known. And he's also the coolest dude I've ever known. Yo, Bub. How you doing, man? Best man at my wedding. Best man of my life. I'm not teared up, I swear. Okay, so we've talked at length about this. Some guitars just want to be in tune. You ever notice that, man? Like you get a guitar and you're like, you put a set of strings on it and you barely even crank them. You're just kind of roughing it in. It's already in tune. And you play it and it sounds good. And then there's other guitars that you can get in tune, but you got to really work, man, to get them in tune. And they're real finicky and picky, and you got to get it just fucking right. and then it's in tune. You can play it. But there's other guitars, man, they just go right in tune. You don't even have to try. I've never understood why that happens, how it happens. Blows my mind. I don't know. And another thing that always boggles my mind is string tension on guitars. You know, some guitars, same angles, you know, same breaks in certain places, and some of them feel real, you know, loose with a set of 10s, and some of them feel like, play like a log wagon. I just don't understand it, man. I don't know how string tension works. It just seems to me that if a string is tuned to a certain pitch, it should be the same tension. But it's not. I don't know why. Okay, so maybe some people that are out there that are smarter than me could answer that question. And there's plenty of you that are smarter than me. What else we got? Okay. Oh, hey, Tom, what's your favorite TV show? Do you watch TV? I don't watch a lot of TV, but man, I do have a favorite TV show. Afterlife, man. Ricky Gervais. Fucking greatest show I have seen probably in my life. Maybe Breaking Bad entertained me quite as much as this did. But I don't know what it is about Ricky Gervais, man. I relate to that cat so much, man. I just understand where he's coming from so much, man. I'm such a fan. He is fucking awesome. He's hilarious, but he's deep as fuck. That show makes me cry on all levels. Joy, pain. You guys seen Afterlife? Check it out. Okay, it's on Netflix. I mean, season 3 is out now, but I've been watching that shit since it came out. It's unbelievable, man. I can't believe how real it is and just how human it is. Most shows that I ever try to watch, I turn off in the first couple seconds because it's just all reeks of bullshit to me. I just don't get it. I hate, like, I tried to watch that movie Don't Look Up that everybody's been going off about. I turned it off after a couple minutes. I was just like, I can't, this is bullshit. It's got to be real. I can't take it unless it's real. It's got to be real for me. Ricky Gervais gets it, man. And they play amazing music at the end of every episode. I'm not trying to hype this shit. Come on, man. You know how I don't, the last thing I want you thinking about when you're watching the show is me, okay? But it is that good. You'll forget all about the fact that I told you about it when you start watching it because it's just that good. But this kind of ties into the next question. Hey, Tom, what songs have been blowing your mind lately? You know, yeah, man, you know, okay. I've had this one song stuck in my head for the last fucking week. I can't stop singing it. Remember that old Split Enz tune, 6 Months in a Leaky Boat? Remember that? Tim Finn? Oh, God. I love that shit so much, man. Oh, my, that record blows my mind. I can't believe that human beings can create something that perfect and beautiful. Dig those lyrics, man. Dig those lyrics in that tune. Another great example of like how all the best art that you're ever going to find in this world is created by people with super high IQs. I'm telling you, this shit was not written by a bunch of dummies, but it's also very for the common man. That's the thing. You can't get too lofty. Beatles were good at that. They were all freaky high IQs, but they could connect with the common man. You know, I sat and watched Get Back finally. I was like the last guy to watch it. It's amazing. Man, when they get up on that rooftop and start playing, man, it's unbelievable. The electricity that's going on there in that combo. How good it sounds when they just play a downbeat together. Like the first riff of Don't Let Me Down, when it's just like 3, 4, boom. They all hit that chord together. They just sounded good together, you know? And Billy Preston really added a lot to what's going on there. And Paul's tone on his bass and his playing, it's just like, what? Who plays like that? That shit is unbelievable. And the best singers, I mean, how good were the Beatles? Okay? And a couple good songs they came up with, too. Again, high IQ people. Okay. God, have I been going on? How long is it? 18 minutes. Okay, one more. Give me your list of all your influences, Tom. What are your biggest influences? The guy said. I wrote down 14 things here. I'm going to read them to you. You guys probably already could figure all this out, but this is the shit that moved me the most in my life. Beatles, Genesis, Police, Steely Dan, Cars, Yes, Bowie, Pink Floyd, Elliott Smith, Waylon Jennings, Hank Jr., STP, AC/DC, Frank Zappa. There it is. Put all that shit in a blender, and you got Uncle Larry. Okay? There you go. I'll show you this riff I played. Okay, remember, I just like that little riff that I came up in that local family-owned sustainable blues thing. I just kind of give it a new twist here. But first thing you do is get your P90s, turn the deluxe reverb all the way up, drop D, and then you go. That's kind of a cool chord. You know, an F major 7, voiced by the devil himself. There you go. Have a good day, people. All right. See you later.